Hey everybody, Mrs. Bianchi. We're going to organize our thinking by drawing sort of a table so that we can figure out what's going on here. Jarrell runs 5 days each week. So I have that represented here. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. On each of the 4 days, he runs 2 and 3/10 kilometers. So that means he ran 2 and 3/10 kilometers on day 1. He did that on day 2. He did that on day 3. He did that on day 4. So we basically have 4 groups of him running 2 and 3/10 miles. Now, what we don't know, it says if he runs a total of 14, right? So that's the total. So this is the day that we don't know, day 5. How many kilometers does he run on the 5th day? So if we find this product, then we can get how many he's taking care of on days 1 through 4. And then we're going to add to that some amount that we don't know. Let's just put in K for kilometers. And that's got to equal this 14. So the first step here is to simplify this. Now, if it's somehow easier for you to add the 2 and 3/10 plus 2 and 3/10 plus 2 and 3/10, you can certainly add that, but it's probably better to multiply. So let's show the algorithm off to the side of these two things being multiplied. We're multiplying 2 and 3/10 times 4. So you're putting this on your piece of paper. This times this would be 12. This times this would be 8, and the one more makes 9. And we have to remember to go over 1 with our decimal, go over 1. So we're looking at this times this is equal to 9 and 2/10. 9 and 2/10 plus some number that we don't know is going to equal 14. So now we're going to apply our inverse operations because we're adding here, right? What's the opposite of adding 9 and 2/10 to a variable? It would be to subtract 9 and 2/10 from a variable. And we need to do that on both sides of the equation. Now, before we do, it's a good idea to rethink 14 as 14 and 0/10. Why? Because that way we can line up our decimals. All right, next, we would show that this cancels out. We bring down the K. And you're going to go ahead and subtract the 9 and 2/10 from the 14, and that should be what you have. Now, as a check, you would obviously want to make sure that when you add up all these numbers, including what you get for this, make sure it equals 14.